Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to our Facebook Live session. So I am Sakib, Global Operations Manager of TCL Global. Welcome everyone to our Facebook Live. With us today, very special guest, Johnny from New York St. John University. So hi, Johnny.
Hi, how you doing? You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. So please give us an intro for our viewers about yourself.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, my name is Johnny Jenkins. I'm the International Regional Manager for the Middle East and Africa at York St. John University. So it's basically my job to help students from those areas to achieve their dream of studying in the UK. So I'm here for every step of the way, from just general information all the way to enrolment. I'm here to help, basically. So if you ever want to get in contact, it's very easy to find my contact details on the website. And I'm here to help you answer any of your questions at any time.
Okay, viewers, this Facebook Live is going to be broadcasted in every market that where TCL Global exists. Especially we are focused for Middle East market, but it is also broadcasting in our Africa region, in our South Asia region, in Bangladesh. So from everywhere you can throw your questions in our comment box, and Johnny is available here, not only for the MENA region, for every region he can help you for your questions. So if you have any question, please comment in our comment box. So Johnny, please tell us something about York St. John University.
Perfect. Well, York St John University, as a university itself, is a relatively small university of about 7,000 students. But we are a university that is it's a campus university. So we're bang in the city centre of York, which is a city in the north of England. It's a beautiful city. It's a great place to live and a great place to learn. So as I said, we're a campus university, so everything's all in one place, and all of our students are there together. As a university, in terms of the courses we teach, we're a very practical, hands-on university. We want our students to learn through doing, through actually getting involved. A lot of our courses don't involve just big lectures; they involve different labs or classes or seminars and practical experience and practical work. We like to work with the local area and local companies. So, for example, with the business courses, we work with local businesses. Our education course, we work with companies and features and attractions all around York. Our dance courses, we work with the York Theatre and we work with Yorkshire Dance Company. So we understand that in York, we are in a fantastic location with lots of great companies and opportunities around us. So we try really hard to engage our students with them while they're still learning. So as a university, we're very creative, we're very dynamic, we're kind of up and coming a bit, I would say. And like I keep saying, it's practical and hands-on with a focus on giving people that practical experience ready to take the next step into their employment.
Yeah, thank you, Johnny. So would you please want to mention any specific or special courses of York St. John University that's very much popular?
Yeah, perfect. Well, one I just mentioned then was our education course. Our education course is one of our most popular. And like I said, that is a great example of one of our courses that works with organisations in York as a city. We work with lots of different attractions. And this course, there isn't actually any examinations in our education course. It's all assessed practically with things like reports and group projects and presentations. Because when you're a teacher, a lot of what you're going to be doing is delivery. So a lot of our assessment is on your delivery. Another one of the courses I want to focus on is our computer science course. Once again, it's a very, very practical course where you're going to be sat behind a computer, coding away, working on projects, developing applications as you would be when you're actually working in the job. We work with real world companies and we understand the sector. So when you are going to go work in computer science, in software development, you tend to work in a team of 6 to 8. So when you are studying at a university, we make you do group projects in teams of 6 to 8. And that way you're getting the experience that you need. And so you're already prepared for when you do make that next step into employment. Another course I want to focus on is our biomedical science course. Other kind of and similar course around that are allied to medicine. These courses are, once again, and I keep saying it, very practical and hands-on. We've just spent a lot of money on brand new biomedical science labs, And so you'll be using brand new facilities. And the same is to say with our computer science course, we're in the process of building a brand new building, which will be focused on our design and our technology courses, such as computer science. So education, computer science, and biomedical sciences are three key courses that show what York St John stands for as a university, which is practical, engaging with local business and the community, and focused on employment.
So for education courses, there is no examination, all about only assessment and presentation, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
So this course is available for bachelor and masters both.
Yes, and there's. So our undergraduate is called Education Studies, and then our masters as well. There's focus on that you can actually focus on things. So we have an MA in Education for Early Childhood Studies. So there's different options as well within the education courses.
Any work experience need for this degree entry?
Say that again, sorry.
Any work experience?
Any work experience, it's not required, but obviously it will help your application.
Okay, so if you tell us something about your foundation courses, what courses are available in foundation?
So we have our International Foundation Program. So this is a foundation program that's offered just by our university. So it's delivered by our academics and by our teams on campus. And with this foundation program, you can actually progress onto any of our undergraduate programs. It doesn't really matter. So if you want to go on to something a bit more specific, like physiotherapy, occupational therapy, or education, you can still do our foundation program and progress onto them. So our foundation program, it's just a year-long program. It's got an emphasis on English and your academic skills. And because of that, our entry requirements are nice and low, and so are our English requirements. So our entry requirements doesn't really matter what country you come from. If you've got good grades on your general high school certificate, then we'll be able to accept you. Our English requirement is an IELTS score of 4.5 with no subtest below 4.0, or the equivalent of that in a different English language test. So like I said, it's with most of our courses, we usually ask for 6.0 in IELTS, but it's a nice 1.5 below, because there's a strong emphasis on the English within the course. And the point of our foundation program, there's several different ways you can look at it. One, it's for those students that aren't quite at undergraduate levels, to help them bridge the gap between their high school education and their undergraduate programs. It's also for students who want to improve their English before they move on to an undergraduate program in the UK. And it's also an opportunity for students to adjust to living and studying in the UK. Moving to a new country and experiencing that culture and learning in a new language, it can take a while to adjust. So doing the foundation program for a year is a really good way to kind of get used to working and living in a new country.
Okay, so that means you provide 1 year cash for the foundation degree.
Yeah.
So if in any case, if the student have 5.5 in all the sub-band, do you have any subject in foundation that can provide 4 years cash?
Okay. So with our foundation program for next year, it is a 1 year CAS. So for this year, sorry. So for starting at September 2020, it will be a 1 year CAS. But from September 2021, it will be a 4 year CAS. So you'll get a CAS for your foundation year, and then the 3 year program that you're moving on to. So that will be the option from September 2021. For the example that you just gave, a student who has 5.5, so they're 0.5 below the English requirement, then they could be able to do one of our pre-sessional English language courses. So we have 2 pre-sessional English language courses. So this is a 5-week and a 10-week pre-sessional English language program. So if your English level is 0.5 below our requirements, so to use your example, if our requirement is 6.0 and yours is 5.5, then you can do our 5-week. And then our 10-week is if your English language level is 1.0 below the requirement, so 5.0. This year, because of COVID-19, we are delivering these our pre-sessional courses online. So you don't need a CAS and a visa to study these. They've all been delivered online. And we're starting them slightly earlier. So when you do pass, you've got time to apply for your visa once we finish. Okay. So like I said, we've got a 5-week and a 10-week. The 5-week is if you're 0.5 below, and the 10-week is if you're 1.0 below.
Okay, so for bachelor entry, do you accept the foundation English result from other center?
Yes,
like from on campus or study group?
Yes, we do.
That's great. And you also accept the into result, right?
Say that again, sorry.
You also accept the into result?
Yeah.
Okay, that's okay. So viewers from our Middle East region, from Bangladesh and Africa are watching this program. For them, I am informing you that today with us, Johnny Jenkins from York St. John University, International Recruitment Manager for the Middle East and African region. So please, if you have any questions, please comment in our comment box. For any queries, not only specific on Middle East, but for any query about York St. John University, John is available here to answer your comments. Okay. So what the planning about the September intake?
Okay.
It will be go online or it will be delayed?
Well, right now, our stance and what we're saying is we are planning to start teaching in September on campus as planned. That is our plan at the moment, and where we stand at the moment. We understand there's a lot of confusion and there's a lot of uncertainty, but we are going to do, at the moment, we are doing whatever we can to start as planned with on-campus teaching in September. We are making preparations and we are researching and having conversations and doing the work to look at alternative options if that isn't the case come September. And if something changes and we won't be able to deliver start in September, then we'll be letting our students know straight away, as well as all of our partners. But right now, our stance is that we will be doing everything we possibly can do to start in September as planned.
So hopefully they will be online if the situation is not changed, or otherwise you can delay it for October.
Yeah, as I said, we are looking at all different options. So if we have to start online because we can't teach on campus, if students can't get visas because the visa centres aren't open and have to start a bit later, we are looking at all these different options. We are aware of everything that's going on. We're talking to our partners, to our agents, to the British Council. We're talking to our students as well. We are aware of what's going on in the different countries. And we're making sure that we have a plan in case we aren't able to stick to our original plan, which, as I said, is starting in September with on-campus teaching.
So do you have any courses available for the January intake? Because I think in January that could be a good question.
Yeah, we have several courses that can that deliver that start in September. They are all postgraduate courses. All our undergraduate courses, they do start in September, but we have several online. We have several courses that start in January. Mainly, they are business courses, but there is a bit of variety as well. Our MBA, for example, that is a January start as well. So there are lots of different options. And we also have a couple of courses that we deliver online as well. So these will not be affected by COVID-19 or anything as well, because like I said, they are delivered online. So we have an MSc in project management, which is all delivered online. And we also have an MSc in digital marketing and data analytics. And that's delivered with MediaWorks, which is a big digital marketing company in the UK. So as I said before, that is a good example of us working with companies, with real world companies, to give our students the best experience. But these are two great courses that are delivered online, open for applications with several start dates across the year.
Do you have any work placement for any courses?
Yeah, so a lot of our majority of our undergraduate programs, they offer a placement year. So this is when you would do 2 years of academic work of study. You would then do 1 year of work, which you get paid for usually. And then you come back and do your 3rd year. So your course would take 4 years in total, but with 3 years of study and 1 year of working. And as I said, majority of our courses have that option. With our postgraduate courses, some of them, like I said, we work with companies. There's opportunities to do projects with real world companies. Our MBA program, our standard MBA program is just 1 year, but there is an option to do a 2-year program, whereas the first year you'll be studying, and the second year you will actually go out and do a placement and work. And there are various options with this. If you can find a placement yourself, that's great. But we are opening up a enterprise centre in London where our students will be able to go on their placement year, and various companies and companies will come in and set them projects and give them work. So these students will be able to work on various different projects and develop skills like stakeholder management and get a really good, diverse set of experiences projects going forward. So with a lot of our courses, undergraduate and postgraduate, there is some really good working options and placement options.
So would you please specify something about the general entry requirement for the bachelor and master's degree?
Okay. So for generally for undergraduate programs, it does depend on your country, and each country I know is differently. For most countries, we cannot accept your general high school certificate as direct entry onto an undergraduate program. So if your highest level of qualification is your high school certificate, then we would need you to complete a foundation year. But if you have done anything else, then all you need to do is go on our website, type in your country, and it will come up with the entry requirements. For postgraduate requirements, as long as you have a degree from a recognised university and you've got the equivalent of a 2.5 GPA, then we'll be able to accept you.
Okay, that's good. So you previously mentioned that you have only 5 and 10 weeks pre-sessional course, and that's now conducted through online, right?
Yeah, so a 5 and a 10-week pre-sessional course, yeah.
So that in this kind of situation, it is quite tough for the students to go for the IELTS center and sit for the IELTS. So what alternative we are accepting now? Alternative of IELTS?
I'm very glad you asked that. So at the moment, we are accepting some online English language tests. Basically, if UKVI approve it, we can approve it. So the main ones that we are accepting now are the IELTS indicator. We're accepting TOEFL at home. We are accepting Pearson, and we are also accepting the password test. And for students that want to study our pre-sessional course or want to study one of our courses, we are willing to pay for the password test for the student. So it would be a free test for the student, but obviously we would own the results, and they would only be able to use that English language test to progress into your job. But if students are struggling to afford a English language test, then we're happy to do that. So this can be for, so first of all, this would be for our pre-sessional, because the last thing we want is students coming to August, realizing they're not at our English, they haven't met our English language requirement, and then they won't be able to start in September. So we want students to be taking English language tests now, so they know that if they don't meet the entry requirements, they still have time to do one of our pre-sessional English language courses. So as I said before, we're accepting IELTS indicator, Pearson, TOEFL at home, and we're willing to pay for password for applicants.
So you don't accept Duolingo, right?
Not at the moment, no.
So for a middle student, if you just give a brief about the password test.
So the password test, all you need to do is you need to contact the university, and we'll be able to arrange one for you. Password, we have a fantastic international programs team, and within that we have staff members who are actually qualified password invigilators and examiners. So they actually run the tests themselves, and that's why we're able to offer this, because our colleagues actually work on behalf of Password. So this is why we're in a very lucky position to be able to offer this. So if students are interested in taking the test, all they need to do is email our international team. So that is intdev, so INTDEV at yorksj.ac.uk. All you need to do is email that, say you're interested in that, and we're happy to arrange a test for you.
So dear viewers, I'm just also again informing you that we are TCL Global, a UK Portsmouth-based consultants firm. We have office in Saudi Arabia, Kuwait. We have two offices in Bangladesh, Dhaka and Sylhet. So our service is totally free. So if you have any queries after this session, you can send us email international@talibconsultancy.co.uk. We are 24 hours available. We are providing service through home right in this situation. So please don't waste your time. If you want to go for York St. John University, so send your queries to us. We're here to help you. Thank you. And Johnny, if you want to tell us about something about the scholarship opportunities, you know that we're getting a lot of students, self-funded students.
Yeah. So at York St John, admittedly, we don't have a large amount of scholarships, but we do have one scholarship which is available to all our international students. So this is a £1,000 free reduction. It's simply just called our international scholarship. And for any, and this is open to any international student who's applied to the university. And it's very easy to apply. As soon as they get their offer, they'll get a link and where they can, and all they have to do is complete the application form there, and they'll receive a £1,000 fee reduction. And that is a scholarship we offer to all of our international students. As well as this, we work with other scholarships providers such as Chevening. We have alumni discount, alumni and family discounts as well. But the main one that we offer is our international scholarship, which is, like I said, available to everyone.
Okay, that's great. So viewers, there's the scholarship opportunities also available in this university. So don't worry, come with us. Okay, and you should tell us something about your accommodation facilities.
Perfect. Yeah, so at York St John, we have 8 different accommodation sites. All these accommodation sites are self-catered, and they're all inclusive of bills. So we have 8 different sites. They're all within a 20-minute walk of the campus. So some of them are bang in the middle of the city centre. Some of them are near our sports facilities. So they're all within a 20-minute walk, all in the centre of York. All fantastic locations and a really, really nice place to live. They cost between £100 and £160 a week, depending on the quality and what kind of room option you go for. So you can choose to live in a shared flat, but you could also choose to live in a studio apartment. So you just have a flat to yourself. It's very easy to apply. You can just apply on our website. It's just all you need to do is click on accommodation, and you can apply through our accommodation hub. And the closing date is in July. After that, we'll send our offers out, and all you need to do to confirm your accommodation is pay the deposit, which is £250, and that comes out of your rent. As well as this, so that is our university-owned accommodation or accommodation offered by student accommodation companies. But as well as this, there's plenty of options for private accommodation as well. In York, there's a lot of property available to students, and private accommodation is just houses and flats that are rented out by approved landlords. So these are landlords that are approved to provide accommodation to students. And these, like I said, these are much cheaper. They will cost between £75 and £100 a week, depending on where you are, and And if you need support doing that, we have an accommodation team that's there to help you as well. It's also worth mentioning that our actual accommodation sites, the 8 accommodation sites, they're covered by all of our security. So they've got 24-hour security and our porter service. So even now, while we're in lockdown and our students are staying in their accommodation, we've got security on hand, still going around, making sure everyone's safe and everyone's secure.
So any other support you provide besides accommodation from your student support team?
Yeah, so we have some excellent student support. So with pastoral and wellbeing student support, so this is anything from students that maybe feeling a bit homesick or struggling with their mental health, anything like that. We have support teams on offer to help them in counselling service and things like that. We have academic support. So these are specific classes and clinics and things for students who have something specific within their academics that they'd like to improve. So, for example, say you're really struggling with your essay writing, or you're really struggling with your research skills, then we have a class, a group, or something that runs that will run to help you develop those skills. And these classes, they run outside of normal timetable hours, so they don't clash with your studies. So you can still manage to study both. And then after that, we also have a fantastic career service. Our career service is one of the best in the UK. They help you from everything from just, writing CVs and, working on your interview skills to actually providing career advice and career service when you've graduated. They help you from right at the start to even after you finish, and you're always able to use their services. They do a lot of different things. They will run workshops throughout the year. They have podcasts. They have videos that they put on YouTube. They're excellent at what they do. At York St John, 97% of our students go on to find work or further study within 6 months of graduating. 97%. And I've worked in universities. I've worked in universities for over 3 years now, and I've never seen an employment percentage that high. So that's how I know that our career service is fantastic. And then on top of that, we have specific support services for our international students. So our international student support team, we have a specific team just for our international students. And they run lots of events and projects. And these events are actually run by what we call global guides. So these are student ambassadors that some are home students and some are international students. And they run events such as our Global Cafe, which is a weekly event. And each week it will have a theme. And this is, like I said, it's run by international students for international students. But there's also home students there as well. So it's a really good way for students to make new friends and meet new people. But they're also mixing not just with international students, but also home students. And that helps with things like the culture shock and feeling homesick and things like that as well. So that's why it's really important, this Global Cafe and these global guides. As well as this, they run big events throughout the year and trips as well. So there's a lot of specific support on hand for our international students. And recently we got our international student barometer results back, and we were ranked second overall in the UK by international students for overall satisfaction, and we were ranked third for value for money. So we are in the top 3 of universities ranked by actual international students in the UK. So we know that what we're doing for our international students is working and is really helping them, giving them a good, solid experience.
Okay, so if you tell us something about the on-campus job opportunities.
Brilliant. So as I said before, we've got a brilliant careers. We've got a brilliant careers service, and they are there to help with these opportunities. So on campus, there's facilities, there's shops, there's eating outlets, that, and there's opportunity to work there. There's opportunity to work in our library, so there's lots of opportunities to work on campus as a part-time job. But also, as I mentioned, we're right next to the city centre, and as you can imagine, the city centre is filled with shops, it's filled with bars, it's filled with restaurants, lots and lots of part-time job opportunities. As a student in the UK, an international student in the UK, you'll have a Tier 4 visa, which means you can work up to 15 hours a week. So you can go get a part-time job, work 2 shifts a week, and make a decent amount of money on the side to keep you going and keep funding your living costs throughout the year. And as I said, our career service, they'll help you with your CV, with your interview skills, with your cover letters, things like that. They'll help you with all of that. And they will actually go out there and look for job opportunities and share those opportunities with you. So if you're looking for opportunities to work either on campus or in the city, we've got a fantastic career support team that will be there to help you achieve that.
It is really great. So that means because the York St John University, it is basically situated in the city center area, so there's lots of job opportunities. So don't worry about the job opportunities; it will be all time available. So if you tell us about that, what is the nearest airport, international airport?
Okay,
for a student?
there's a few nearby. So Leeds Bradford Airport's about an hour away. Sheffield Doncaster is not too far away. The biggest airport internationally is probably Manchester Airport. So that is an hour and a half. It's an hour and a half drive. but also York, there's a direct line train line to London, so it's only 2 hours on the train to get to London from York. So it's really, York's really easy to get to, as I said. So if you're flying into London, you can get a 2-hour train up. If you're flying to Manchester, 90 minutes in the car. When you do arrive to Manchester, if you do arrive, we offer airport pickups from Manchester Airport, so we'll come get you when you first arrive. And then, as I said, there's other options to fly into as well nearby, but the main one I'd say is Manchester Airport, or you can fly into London and get the 2-hour train up.
So that means your city is very much accessible to the very important and popular spots of UK like Manchester and London area, very close to our distance.
Yeah,
London.
Yeah, York as a city is very cultural, and it's very popular in terms of tourism. And because it's popular for tourism, it needs to be very accessible. So it is very, very easy to get there. That's why the train service is so good. So people that are coming in from all these other countries can access it very easily.
So John, I want to take some question. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's few questions about your engineering program. So do you have any engineering program available?
Unfortunately, we don't. The only engineering program we offer is software engineering, so down the computer science route. So similar to what I was saying before, it's very close to our computer science program, but this is more focused on the development rather than the architecture. But once again, very hands-on, very practical, working in teams, working in a similar environment as you would be when you get a job in industry.
So do you require any portfolio for any of your courses?
For art courses, we do require portfolio. So we've got courses that sit within like art, like 3D design, like graphic design. Our creative courses that kind of down that route, we would require a portfolio.
So you have available the graphic design and creative design courses, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, for summer students, that is very popular courses. They always ask for these queries of these courses.
Perfect.
So for these courses, viewers, portfolio needed, as Johnny mentioned about that thing. Okay, so okay. So Johnny, I have already mentioned you that we are going to arrange the virtual education fair very soon.
Say that again, sorry.
Virtual education fair, TCL Global is going to arrange.
Okay, so I can't.
Virtual education fair.
Bachelor education fair. Yeah.
Yeah, I have already mentioned that TCL is going to arrange virtual education fair from 1st of June till end of July.
Yeah, we will be taking part in that. We're very much looking forward to it, and I'm really looking forward to speaking to some students.
Yeah, so Johnny, for our viewers, if you want to give them a message for joining this virtual fair that is going to be started from 1st of June.
Perfect. Yeah, so TCL Global are running a virtual fair starting from the 1st of June, where you will be able to have virtual meetings and video calls with representatives at universities, very much like myself. So if you have any kind of questions, or it's even just slightly interested in studying abroad or in a specific university, you've got the opportunity with TCL Global to talk to us directly, very much face-to-face. That means the keyboard right now. And we can have these conversations, answer your questions, show you some videos, we can show you some presentations, and give you a really good idea of what it's like to study at our university and study in the UK. So we're really excited for the opportunity. So if you're interested, get in contact with TCL Global, and we're really looking forward to taking part.
Yeah, that's great, and thank you, Johnny. And viewers, where registration is open, so just don't be late. Just go for the registration. So Johnny will be there in the virtual fair. He will be available. You can attend with him in video call, and you can ask him about your queries and anything you want. Okay. So Johnny, in a nutshell, if I want to ask you that, why the student should go York St. John University?
Well, what I always say is York as a city is amazing. It's been voted the best city to live in the UK. It's been voted the best UK city, and it's also been voted the safest city. Okay, as I said, we ranked second in overall satisfaction in our International Student Barometer, and in terms of all students, our home students as well, we're in the top 25% for overall satisfaction. And on top of that, 97% of our students go on to find work or further study. So come live in York, which is a fantastic city. You have a great time when you're here. International students said so, home students have said so, and you find a job when you finish. What more do you need from a university?
Okay, that's great. And so, Johnny, if you want to say any message for our Kuwaiti students, you know that there's a good number of Kuwaiti students coming to York St. John.
Yeah, so to our Q80 students, we have got a couple of courses on the recommended list. One of the ones I was talking about before was an education course. As well as that, we've got subjects allied to medicine. And on top of that, we've got more of our creative and performing courses such as music, drama, dance and performing arts. These are all on the Q80 recommended list. And Kuwait's a country that we have a specific interest in. We love the students from that country, and we're very keen to kind of grow our relationships and get more students from that area, and have it become a really good home away from home for Kuwait students.
Okay, that's great. So viewers, thank you very much for joining with us with this session. I hope you enjoyed the session. And finally, I want to ensure you that TCL Global is going to arrange the virtual education fair from 1st of June to end of July. So don't be late, just go for the registration and just join with the international officers. This university you are going to as your dream, okay? So and TCL Global, you know that is the top 5 student recruitment agencies for the Middle East students. And now we have started our journey and operation from Bangladesh from the last year. We have no offices in Dhaka and Sylhet. And we have offices in Saudi and Kuwait. So the students from the Saudi and Kuwait, you can visit our office also for any further help or any further assistance. So thank you, Johnny, and thank you, viewers, for joining with us with this session. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Saqib.